right? Adeboye.
Whatever you do, stay away from violence, because violence does not solve any problem. At the end of everything, if you go through history, you will find that war only destroys. And even after the war is over, majority of the things that they destroy, they will be fixing with money that could have been used for better things. Okay, so stay away from violence. Now, as for the election has no meaning if it is not free and fair. Then why bother to have an election if the voting is not going to count? So that one is clear. Everybody knows that. So wanting free and fair election is something every right-thinking person will succeed and will support. Now, the most important thing I need to tell you is the fact that I am a pastor. And when you read Exodus chapter 17, if you read it from verse 8, it's not by accident that God made me in Nigeria. I want it to be well with Nigeria. I will keep on praying. I will pray, and the Almighty God who has given you your own assignment will support you, and that together, at the end of the day, all will be well with Nigeria, and all will be well with all of us. God bless you, sir. You're welcome.
Anyway. And of course, immediately they left the place. He's back on the phone praying for the same people responsible for the destruction of that contraption, which he himself is part and parcel of. His church has contributed greatly to the destruction of Nigeria. If you're an RCCG person, don't take it personal, okay? Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. RCCG has contributed a sizable, effective number of criminals who have helped in destroying this contraption to what it is today. And on the other hand, the reason why we will ask you not to be violent is because the moment some of you realize this and the establishment needs to go down, there is a chance that that will be the time Adeboye will go to London without using a visa, using an aeroplane. You won't need a plane to travel. You won't need a this and that. Maybe that will be the time you will have to run away from that contraption. So he's preaching, telling you that, you know what, guys, no violence, no this and that, because his business partners are the ones who are responsible for that contraption. You get that? Oh, I'm going to go look for that, his prayer. So like I said, right, the reason why Adeboye will advise you not to be violent, because to them everything is like violence. If you're asking them to do the right thing, asking them to be responsible and all that. So it's considered as, why are you aggressive towards us? Don't you have respect to have home training? Kind of like, gaslight you, blackmail you, do all of that. So, and until you will say, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. So you get sorry for yourself. Don't you have elders at home? Are you asking me to be responsible and all that? I said, no. I don't want you to get mad. Start a revolution. Everybody go and say, okay, oh, everybody's on the run, oh, and Adeboye. You won't need a visa to travel.
You won't need a car to travel. You won't need an aeroplane to travel. You will just say, I want to go to London. And you'll be in London. Whether you believe it or not.
You get that? And we leave that aside for those people of faith, okay? Those who believe in the sky daddy, especially. Yeah, those ones who always wait for the sky daddy to solve them. But others are not waiting, not really. So we have here next. I'm actually like stuck in between. Should I just call it a night? And I'm like, what? I'll just deliver everything I've got, right? So let's continue. Sorry about that. Natasha, remember Natasha Akpoti, the senator that accused Akpabiole of sexual harassment. And since then, the entire establishment has now been unleashed. Nigeria is not real and can't really be real, okay? Our own case to challenge the actions of Akpabiole and co against her seem not to have received any attention. But Akpabiole did not institute a case to challenge Natasha of defamation, but it is the Attorney General of Nigeria, Elenu Elede, that you call your Attorney General of Nigeria. Fagbewon, yeah, that's your Minister of Injustice. Now, Fagbewon has instituted a case against her on behalf of Akpabiole and Yeye. Guess what? It gets ridiculous. Wait for it. Attorney General of Nigeria instituted a case against Natasha that for accusing Akpabiole of sexual harassment, that's defamation. So Akpabiole and Yeye Bello, they are now witnesses, super witnesses or star witnesses for your Attorney General, Elenu Malut, what do you call him? Fagbewon. But she's like, you guys have no idea why Akpabiole is revered. There's a big racket going on in that place. Well, we knew, Madam Senator. Coming from your mouth, for the record, it's like keeping evidence to show to those who will hear from people like us and say, how did you know? How did you know all of that? Because people like this will tell us. We already knew before now. Natasha, talking about the corruption that makes Akpabiole very, very, right? Or maybe we have children in the room. It may be for them. Please.
3 months into me being the chairperson of the Committee on Local Content, we're in his office. Usually I tend to avail myself to, attend some meetings. Maybe he's receiving guests and back off. So I usually attend the meetings. So at one of those gatherings, he then went, Senator Uduaha, you haven't reported progress. And I was like, reported progress? He said, yes, that I'm supposed to report progress. So I said, okay, give me a few days, I'll report progress. He said, fine. So I went later on, made a PowerPoint presentation of my activities as the chair then, the meetings we've held, the timeline of events, the action plans. And then I went back to him and I was like, okay, sir, I'm ready to tender my progress report. And then he went, okay, where is it? And then I opened my laptop and I was like, okay, this is it. And he laughed. And I was like, oh, why are you laughing, sir? He said, don't I know the meaning of reporting progress? And I said, I thought it's to give you a feedback on my activities so far. And then he now referred me to a senior senator. He said, why don't you go meet this person and let him educate you on what report progress means. So I went to meet the senator and I was like, sir, I usually respect anyone who knows me will know that I respect my colleagues, even though I respect my seniors, even though we're colleagues. So I went, sir, I was told to approach you so you will guide me on what reporting progress meant. And he laughed. He was like, it means I should give kickbacks to him. I was like, what do you mean kickbacks? He said money, projects, other perks. And I was like, how do you mean I need to return? He said, well, as a chairman of committee, and I'm saying, this is me. I don't know if this happens to other as a chairman, but if anyone is courageous enough, they could probably speak. So it's more like the Senate president tasking the chairman of all the committees that periodically they're supposed to bring money to him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not new. That is why people have to bid for juicy House committees, chairmanship seats. Yeah, there are juicy ones, and it is Akpabiole that will share it. So you have to curry his favor, and they could put you in one very juicy one where you'll be dealing with hundreds of billions. Wherever they put you, you know, you are expected to bring return. All those padding budgets and all that, right? Once everybody gets the money out of the system, they still have to put it back into the system through Akpabiole. Not like getting the system like that. So they own a system because they created it. And I remember when Akpabiole had what do you call that one? Unimuoru from Ekiti. When he said Akpabiole was very nice to Natasha. Natasha is a new senator, but they still made her a chairman of a committee, something that shouldn't just be like that. They should make her deputy to somebody, right? Vice chairman. But Akpabiole, in his benevolence, right, decided to make Natasha chairman of a committee. And Natasha don't come back now. Say the reason is because everybody always have to bring a return. We've heard more than, even the FBI, like, should be enough for any reasonable system to, I keep saying that, like, I expected a reasonable system from corrupt people. It's impossible. But leave that aside, okay? And let us go see, because this one is serious, so let's go see Theo Bright. There's a woman who has been arrested right now in Delta. They said she lured a young girl, 20-year-old girl, to get pregnant so that they could sell her baby. And the whole mess got exposed enough that the police got involved. Now, Theo Bright, and that's Bright Edafe. That's something for us on that. Do you want to listen? Please.
I am SP Edafe Bright, and this is Delta State Police Command. Today we're bringing to you a pathetic story of a woman that was deceived by someone who pretended to be a friend, convinced her to thinking that, oh, she can be my friend, deceived her that they were going to Cocoa Market or so. Somewhere along the line, he gave her a drink, unknown to her that that drink has been drugged. She was carrying a 2-month-old baby as her bed. I think this was February 2025. Having taken that drink, she slept off, lost consciousness, and that was how the suspects made their way with her baby. I'm proud to say today, during the 15th day of May 2025, the suspect has been arrested, the child has been rescued and handed over back to the child's biological mother. The child is now 5 months old. We'll be hearing from the mother of the child and also just ask the suspect a very few questions. Your child, when this thing happen, around which month this thing happen?
February 16.
February 16.
2025.
This year, Abi?
Yes. Sir.
How you take meet this madam?
For market.
Okay, wetin how una take become friends?
Na business. Say we want transact business.
Okay. So how she take carry the child from your hand?
She say ma come know where she dey stay.
Okay.
When we come reach Warri na drink, she give me drink.
Okay, not be inside the bus, she for give you the drink.
No, inside motor.
Okay, inside motor.
Yes.
Okay, which drink she give you?
5 Alive.
Okay, 5 Alive. So after you drink, wetin go happen?
Sleep on your worry me.
Okay.
But I no fit sleep inside motor.
Okay.
When we come reach Igbo market, she tell me her children call her. They say they know their house, they go birthday. On their way coming back, they will pick us.
Okay.
Now there we sit down, they wait for our children. I can't give pikin breast. She say, man, not give pikin breast. Man, give pikin water.
Okay.
So I can't tell her, I give pikin water inside month. I no go fit give pikin water now like this. She said, no, no, because you do am. Small children, they don't know anything. Might give her the
Okay,
pikin.
okay,
Make she
okay.
do.
Like I said, because of the time that we are managing. So at what point when you take find your pikin, when you not see your pikin again?
In the night, but I don't know the time because I don't get phone.
When the drug take affect you, when they take carry your pikin, you don't know.
Nah, in the evening.
You were sleeping when you wake up, you not see your pikin again,
Yes,
or how? How did
yes.
pikin take miss?
I'm sleeping. I was just sleeping. So when I woke up, I don't
The
see.
place where she carry you go, na her house, I mean, na where?
No, not be her house.
Na where?
Na road. She tell me say na her church member store. So na there we sit
So
down.
when you wake up, when you call letter wake up, you na church member store true.
Yeah. No, I don't know whether na church member or.
But
But
as you wake up, you not see your pikin, you go ask question na.
no, they lock the store.
They
Now on
lock the store.
Sunday.
Okay, you not go back there after that day.
Now when we come report the matter for station. Me and the IPO for that station, we go there, but now she go ask question.
Okay, you don't know the question which she asked.
Yes.
Okay, no wahala. So where una come eventually arrest her? Where una find her go arrest? Okay, you two you
Ogele.
don't know. They just tell you say they do arrest her. Okay, now Ogele.
Yes.
Okay. Now Ogele now she dey stay.
Yes.
Okay, no wahala. Which day una arrest her?
On 29th of April.
On the 29th, police arrest her.
Yes.
Okay, how old was your child when she stole the child?
2 months, 1 week.
How old is the child now?
Now like this, 5 months, 6 days.
Okay, thank you. So you've heard from the mother of the child.
No, it's like a throwback, though, right? If you're asking for his gloves, that was before, a day before Bright decided to become a forensic detective. Sure, you get that. He has to like wear gloves. Anyway, I thought I should share that. And we just don't know who is watching and who is going to need that. And who is presently under the same kind of like traumatic experience going through the same. So hopefully they'll get their own reprieve as well. Now, a few days ago, the daughter to the governor of Akwa, Jane, had a video released in which she accused her father of sacrificing her mother for power, and why she could not be, or she would not be sacrificed by her father. Then she put a call through to her father, gave the phone to her son, and her son was questioning her father, which is like his own grandfather. Why do you want us killed? Why do you want us dead? So that went viral enough. But for some reason, the guy decided to respond to it because somebody asked him yesterday. So they asked him about that, like, Mr. Governor, and did you know what he said? He said it was the handiwork of some political enemies. I was like, what are you talking about? Right? Your daughter, this wasn't like a leak. It was your daughter. I mean, it's your daughter that actually released that. It was more or less like a call for help. She recorded it, put it on social media. His response? Shadow.
Good evening, Your Excellency.
Evening, sir.
You are here to attend the 60th birthday celebration of the former State Deputy Governor, His Excellency, Obong Simaikere.
Yes, sir.
What's your wish for him?
Well, what's the wish for someone celebrating birthday 60th? Diamond, we pray that God will continue to strengthen him. God will give him long life, good health, and continue to grant him wisdom to contribute to the development of our state and our nation at large. That's our greatest wish, and I'm here representing the government and people of Akwa Ibom State. He has served meritoriously and very well, so there's no doubt about that. And he continues to inspire us, so we need to support him.
just a quick one. There is a video making rounds within the social media platforms with allusions to your esteemed family. Your Excellency, what's your reaction?
We are in political times, and so you expect more of that. My family is intact. You can see everyone. And the event we're talking about happened immediately my wife passed last year. So why is it surfacing now? And why is it on the eve of a second-year anniversary that we're celebrating the milestone that we have achieved? This teaches me that there are detractors around, and so my family is intact. You can see that's Jane herself there. That's my daughter, that's the husband. So we have a good family. The pressure on the kids when they lose a loved one and could be traumatic, and we must know that. All I can appeal to the public is, please, they shouldn't bring back sad memories. It's enough that I've lost